Okay, this should be okay. All right, so this is uh this is gonna be an intro to my YouTube channel. I do a lot of different things. I make music. I make videos. I do a lot of work in my church. I've got a little bit of like a resume of doing like some like community work with kids, doing like after school programs, stuff like that. I'm really trying to find a way to bring it all together and build something. I feel like the reason that I want to start doing something like this is really just because I feel like I've gone a long time. I've done a lot of different things, but I haven't really figured out the way to like make it all add up to something, like line all the things up so that they're pointing in the same direction, if that makes sense. Um, and I feel like, I'm about to be 30 years old in February. It's September 16th today, um, 8:59 p.m. in Chicago time. And this is not the first time that I've tried to make this video. Uh, I've had a lot of different, I guess, attempts at trying to say what I feel like I gotta say, start what I feel like I gotta start, not start it the wrong way, not set the wrong intention, not set the wrong precedent. And I'm really, really tired of feeling like if I would have just started, you know, then I would be so much farther now. You know what I mean? If I would have just started when I thought I wanted to start, or when I like first had the urge to start. Um, because I've been an artist for a long time. I've been a lot of things for a long time, I guess. But one of the things that really has me in like a very like reflective, um, reflective mood, or I guess mindset. Not really just a mood, because it's been like this for a minute. Despite the changes in my mood, I think they all kind of are adding up around feeling like I'm shifting into a place of purpose, that's really like beyond me. Um, that's beyond like my own, I guess, just like selfish things that I want, how I want people to see me, how I want people to look at me, how I want people to treat me, how I want to be respected for my talent, like, you know, I'm very blessed to be as I guess like gifted, you know what I mean, in a lot of the areas that I am gifted in. But I am very tired of, I think, the inner turmoil that comes with trying to define my life by those gifts in a way that I feel like only really served me, you know what I mean? Um, and so I wanted to preface, I guess, just moving forward, like that. I've never, ever, ever been the like community building, like be super inclusive to everybody. Let's, like everybody, like let's be friends with like I've never been that kind of person, and I don't necessarily expect for like my personality to change, but I do know that like deep in, like, I deeply feel like, um, you know, that I am here to help people, and that a lot of, even if there are things that are part of my personality make that can get in the way, then it's like it is my job to like not let those things get in the way. And um yeah, so um I know that the first thing that I want to do is let everybody know that like this Sunday, I am going to be getting baptized at People Church in Chicago. I have had like a pretty long uh, journey with trying to, I don't know, set my life straight. And I'm not strong enough to really do it on my own. I feel like I've found like a community um, at this church, and I've definitely, I made a video last night on my phone about the night that I really like had a breakdown, and I prayed, and some of the things that were happening to me that night stopped happening to me, and I'm very, very, very fortunate to be in a place where I can like acknowledge and like declare and accept that like God is real. You know what I mean? Like God is 1,000% real, and I'm on my journey to try and understand the example and teachings that are, you know, written about Jesus Christ. And when I think about who he was, just from what I know, and from how my life has changed, even by spending time with the people who believe in him so deeply that, like this, it's not like there's more to it than nothing. You know what I mean? Like there's something real here, and there's something real there. And when you look at like what's going on, I think with our culture, with our society, you see how many people are lost and hurt, and how many people are like hypocritical, and selfish and greedy and power hungry. That the only story, I feel like the only story of that's like the story of combating that with being a good person is the story of Jesus Christ. You know what I mean? And like all the other stories that kind of like spiral out from that. But it feels like, you know, like there's a lot there. And I'm not like one of these people that like, like I definitely could tell you like God saved my life. Like I begged him to take some of the anger and the, I guess like the self-doubt off of me and off of my heart. And I'm not gonna lie, like there's still times where I I have, you know what I mean? Like it wasn't like an overnight thing, but the amount of improvement that there has been over like the last 2 years, and the fact that like even no matter how bad I feel sometimes now, even when things don't go my way, or I realize how I'm still falling short, like I don't have any more moments of hopelessness like how I had before. And so all I want to do really is like I guess just share this journey like however I can. I see so many people sharing their stories and their journeys, and I just feel like I'm going through so many different things, and I'm having such a beautiful experience. It's really not fair that I don't share it with as many people as I can. So that's really the only purpose for making this video. And like this is like the first of many, and I've done some things where it's like I said I was gonna do something consistently, and honestly in my life, like most of those things I have like reneged on. Like I have not kept my word. I have fallen short or fallen through, or not kept my word in a lot of areas where it's like I'm gonna do this every day, I'm gonna do this every week, I'm gonna, you know what I mean? And I'm like, I'm so tired of being that person. You know what I mean? If I could say that there's one thing that I'm praying for about my baptism, it's that like that can change. You know what I mean? That God can take that away from me, because I really feel like that's like a hole in my spirit that I just, I don't want to have going into my 30s. I don't want to be raising sons with that. You feel me? Like I want to I want to be able to set the good example. I want to be able to be like the man that I feel like I'm called to be, that I was born to be, you know. And in a lot of ways, like I feel like I'm getting emotional right now, but I feel like this, could be an opportunity to change some of those things. And I feel like that's what I'm gonna try and do. So, if there's anybody watching who's on a similar journey or has thoughts, words of encouragement, words of affirmation, who needs words of affirmation, whatever, I'm going to try and make some of this stuff as helpful as possible. I could talk about things that just cross my mind. Whenever they cross my mind, I feel like it'll be helpful. Because my life is filled with conversations with a lot of people where it's like, you know, you'd be surprised how many people are thinking about a lot of the same things that you are. So I just want to say that this video is going to cut at like 15 minutes. So I don't know how much time. Actually, let me check real quick. Okay. I got 3 minutes and 45 seconds left. Unless the battery is also really low. It's on a charger right now, but sometimes the charger doesn't, when it's recording, it doesn't charge it as fast as the camera eats it. So, but all of that to say, like, I've been having a lot of ideas about podcasts, about things with music, about Bible studies, about like men's groups, or like even just like not necessarily just men, but like groups, group meetings and group therapy and things like that for people that want to heal and who want to talk and who want to just pursue before I would have never said it in a way of like pursue God or like pursue Christ, but like it's feeling like that. And not, and I think one of the unfortunate things is like, I hate the idea that it's like, evangelical Christians put off so many people who probably need to experience some of like the, who are desperately in need of unconditional love, right? And I think that that's so unfortunate because a lot of evangelical people, their evangelism is always like, it's always the conditions to earning unconditional love, because people are not, a lot of the people that practice this stuff are like, they're not gifted speakers, you know what I mean? They're not gifted public personas. Like, they're not gifted communicators. And I feel like it's unfortunate because I know so many people who poorly phrase a lot of the and poorly interpret and poorly phrase a lot of the teachings that are all about just being kind and being loving and being a teacher and being somebody who shares knowledge and being somebody who is forgiving, you know what I mean, and being somebody who will stand up and say what needs to be said, you know what I mean, and point out the things that are wrong that everybody has started to just like take for granted and accept because not everybody wants to die to 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 shame the hypocrites who are hurting people. You know what I mean? Not everybody has it in them to do that. And like fair, that's fair. I feel like that's fair. It's not for everybody, you know what I mean? And I don't want to I have a hard time speaking like highly of myself or like anything like that, but I want the kind of person that I want to be is the person who can do that. You know what I mean? Who can stand up for people and help people. And that's it. Like, I don't think there's anything more to it than that. So I'm I just am making this. I don't know who's gonna see this. I'm gonna share it, I guess, with as many people as I can. But this is just like I guess the first step of many. This is like my first step. I get. It's not really my first step. I feel like it's been a long time coming, but you know, there's still a lot of things that like feel new. So I look forward to sharing more Okay, one sec. One sec. Okay, audio. Oh, I gotta turn this thing around. Okay. I know I mentioned this uh, last night when I was recording this. I think I changed the audio settings. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna not do this again. Like, I will try and film all this. Well, I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna do that. But I'm gonna try and film all this stuff in like the same uh, sitting. Because I feel like I'm gonna try and actually do a couple of these a day, since I'm like pretty much working from home all the time now. But there was a part of the video, the first part of this video that got cut off, which was just me saying thank you to whoever decides to like, subscribe, even watch, beyond the first 5 seconds, who listens to what I have to say. Um, I think, I think, yeah, it's gonna be really important for me to just like be expressing my gratitude as often as possible and as sincerely as possible, because I feel like I have to work on that just as a person, like, you know what I mean, being I think just a lot more like appreciative of little things as much as like bigger, more sort of like grandiose forms of support and help. So thank you to everybody who watched. Um, Obviously, send me questions, post questions, whatever. I know this is like, this one's scattered. Like, it's like an intro. It's not even really an intro. It's like a sloppy intro. But am feeling like it's just more important to do it than to like, right now, like it's more important to just like do it and get in the swing of it than it is to like spend a ton of time like editing, spend a ton of time getting it to be like this clean. Like, I just, I feel like that's the habit that I have to get away from, because I feel like that's what I've done with music for so long, right? It's like I'm a great, I feel like, and I've been told that I'm a great, I'm a really great producer, um, especially in terms of like mixing and mastering. But it's like I can be such a like perfectionist that it's like by the time I'm done, that my enthusiasm to actually like put the stuff out is like gone, and I don't want to do that with this. So I feel like, yeah, I just wanted to throw this on there to say thank you to whoever is watching, whoever is, um, supporting. This is like the first of many. I don't even want to say hopefully. I almost said hopefully, but like, no, this is going to be like the first of many. I'm going to try and shoot a couple of these today, because I'm going to be taking notes on all the little things that I mentioned, that I feel like I should have gone into more detail and depth about, and probably make follow-up videos like discussing certain things. And then like just as stuff sort of like comes up throughout my day and my work, and I'll, just everything. But yeah, thank you. And I will see you guys later.